Damn. I'm okay. I'm amending saying I'm scared. My nervous system is activated. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little scared. The last surprise drops were too much. Not that we shouldn't know this stuff. We should know this stuff, but I was scared. There was a lot going on. I don't know where this puts us musically at all. I have very little faith in prominent artists lately because just damn. Can't listen to a song nowadays without finding out somebody got allegations about something. I'm not frustrated about the allegations. Well, obviously I'm frustrated about the allegations existing, but I'm not saying that I wish I didn't know. I'm saying I wish they didn't do it. I have never known a Kendrick album to not be a good album, but and by good, I mean that I will like it personally, but I am so anxious right now, y'all. Like I don't know what to do with myself. Also, this is a deviation from the typically like pop alternative route I'm on. I don't really talk about a lot of rap albums because I honestly haven't been listening to a lot of rap lately. So I'll listen to it. Let's see what's going on. There's no need to fear. No te preocupes. Everything will be fine. Everything is gonna be just fine. Everything is gonna be fine. Everything is fine. I'm fine.
All this talk is bitch made, that's on my lord. I kill them all before I let them kill my joy.
This is why I stopped listening to rap. Not because of what Kendrick just did, but I feel like there's so much language and culture in rap that is antithetical to me. Like I have to have a double consciousness in order to consume rap, sometimes specifically rap from men, because it's just so violent and egregious. And I truly believe that the more I listen to it, even if I'm just having a good time, the more I listen to it, the more it like mixes with my soul, like it's in the messages. I don't know. I think music is very healing, but I also think that music is very powerful, and I don't want my brain to think what I'm ingesting through that. This, while honest, is scary.
Before I take a truce, I'll take them to hell with me. If that money got in the hands of a crash dummy.
I'm a little scared, and I don't want it to be, I have no reason to genuinely fear. Like, I am not scared of Kendrick Lamar, but the production, the lyrics.
Riding in my GNX with a need of
Talking about the different places that you come from, putting water in a Captain Crunch bowl because y'all can't afford milk. The idea of being this person who wanted to make it but was not sure if you would make it, and now that you're there, you have this platform and this ability, but your heart is still true to the craft.
keep your head down and work like I do. But understand, everybody ain't gonna like you. Yeah, nigga.
In comparison to all of these other rap artists, but honestly just personas who are interested in the clownery of it all.
If they say it's love, you've been lied to. A couple rules of engagement, some will guide you.
They do not deserve what they have because of the way they sell out Black people and Black culture, and the fact that they allow this violence to continue to perpetrate in the music industry, more specifically within rap and hip hop. Damn. I'm okay. I'm amending saying I'm scared. My nervous system is activated. I am truly deeply activated. I'm locked into the present moment right now.
Reincarnated. I'm a stargazer. Life goes on, honey, hug my babies.
That was really different and unexpected. While we're pulling from the archives when it comes to the production, there's pieces of it that don't necessarily align with that. And the chorus, the idea that he's like, get out my face.
I feel good, get the fuck out my thighs. Look good, but she don't got no ties.
Part of it feels like a mockery, the idea of rappers who sing, but also meme culture and the type of rap songs that come out of meme culture where it's serious, but maybe it's not that serious. There's an element of play in this, and it's surprising and comforting to me because it shows me that he's still willing to take a chance creatively and try something new and different, especially being at a position where in this year specifically, not that we haven't thought Kendrick was great, but in this year that competition has been sorted. So dropping an album after this, knowing the weight that this year has had, is even more profound. It makes me curious about what this will open up in the rap genre for new artists to come through. This feels, at least culturally, like some things will not be tolerated in the way that they have been tolerated before.
Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
We need more of an overturn in this. We need more people who are genuine and true to the form. I think this is honestly some of the first rap I've listened to. And granted, I know it's on me to find new artists. I'm actively searching for new artists that I like and connect with when it comes to the rap scene. But this is the first project that I'm hearing in a long time that is not being disparaging towards women. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it at all. Even specifically the line that talks about, it might have, I don't know if it was this one or the first one, but there was a line that talked about, you know, white comedians talking about black women, or the idea that you have sold yourself out as an artist, but also sold out your blackness in order to gain a certain amount of capital and wealth. I love hearing their voices together for the majority of the song. SZA's vocals give more softness to Kendrick's, especially with the first two tracks being a little bit on the rougher edge. Complete 180 and not what I was expecting so early on in the project. I also love the ad-libs that we have here and there, and thematically the idea that a garden is growing out of this concrete. It means two things to me, in that no matter where you've come from, you can still flourish and thrive in the same way, but also that you can have this rough exterior and you can be what you need to be in a certain situation and still have all of this beauty and softness within you. And that is also expounded upon through this relationship between these two personas. The idea that this woman in your life can soften you up or open that door for you. It's a very romantic song. We're sampling Luther Vandross. So it just feels like a good pivot, and honestly opens up my idea of what could be on this album throughout. I have no idea where we're going next. It feels like we're warring between two ideas here. The idea that you've worked hard enough and you are the most talented and you're able to do things other people can't do, and you are true to yourself, therefore you deserve to have all of this. But also the idea that all of this is like poisonous.
I see you as a human first, even when you didn't understand your worth, bitch, I deserve it all.
Poisonous to your soul, like it is corrosive, but also poisonous to the way that we live. The idea that you need to have a private plane, the idea that you need to be playing all of the shows. Like it doesn't take into account your own human capacity, and the idea that you can deserve so much and not act on that. I also love the section where we're talking about deserving things because of the ways that our life has changed throughout this process and how it's changed us as a person.
Put my homes on the beachfront, flying private, what you eat for lunch, I deserve it all.
But this track feels like a reckoning with where he's at in life and everything that he has. How do you be grateful for the things that you have without letting it go to your head when you're at that height? I do not know if that's possible. I think a lot about the idea of your brain rewiring, and as you go through different phases in life, how that changes the structure of your brain. And I wonder what fame does to the brain, because we are being more contemplative with ourselves in this track. I love that it is a little bit more muted and softer, and we have a thrumming, steady beat.
Keep all my blessings faithfully, keep my essence contagious, that's okay with me. I burn this bitch down, don't you play with me.
This being connected to the song before, where it's like, okay, if you do connect with that humanity, that side of yourself, that loving side of yourself, as evidenced in Luther with SZA, where do we go after this?
Tell me why you think you deserve the greatest of all time, motherfucker.
What are we seeing as we look into ourselves and become more reflective? What is our garden telling us about ourselves?
I like it. Damn.
This is the first song to me that feels thematically haunting, even though lyrically we are just talking about being better than other people and like the way that other people copy us and like just how we exist in this space.
Niggas laying money deathbed trying to match me. Oh my God, I'm about to do the fool.
The track, which sounds like it has an organ in it or some type of synth that sounds like an organ.
Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
And I don't know what that sound is. It feels like bones rattling in a jar. It's so creepy, but so good. And it matches Kendrick's vocal quality because it's ominous. This felt like it could be set in a cemetery to me. Like that's the kind of thing that I was feeling, but not in a scary way, like in a haunted mansion type way.
I see the aliens hold hands.
The beat starts to ascend and there's a lot of vocal stacking, and then he starts talking about a spaceship and like we're almost there, and then it comes back to this beat and it just feels different.
Who the fuck I feel like Joker.
This very much does feel like the aftermath of something, and I love that too. We're so settled in this world. Nothing has sound like it isn't cohesive yet. Everything feels like it fits together, but wherever Kendrick is at, I want to be. But I feel like if I were there, the new territory would be somewhat frightening. Great song though. I love that song. That's just weird and different. That's everything that I like about music. Feels like something I have not heard before. I love moving through these different lives and finally settling at Kendrick Lamar's life. I love the idea that there has been so much stress and difficulty within these different lives, but theorizing what could have happened before to bring you to this place and how that is all connected through the idea of one soul. I also love the duality between Kendrick saying that he is trying to bring peace in LA and maybe his actions do not look like that as much, or this higher power is saying that that's not necessarily true.
Tell me every deed that you done and what you do it for. I kept 100 institutions paid. Okay, tell me more.
There was one line where one voice said, "I'll tell you what I've done," and the other one said, "I'll tell you who you are." Very profound, and also interesting to have it be Kendrick talking to himself. Again, the vocal stacking makes this other persona feel more omnipotent.
When there's no forgiveness in your heart, I can tell you where I'm going. I can tell you who you are.
But in general, that duality, playing around with that consciousness, is kind of reflecting the, not necessarily the people that Kendrick does not like and was rejecting in the first couple songs, but the idea that you can grow into two different kinds of people. The beat as well, completely different, another pivot. I loved that too, and we had another swell of the production at the end. It just feels so methodical and carefully crafted, and I'm enjoying this project a lot. This is also the third song that's had a Spanish sample on it, or at least Spanish lyrics. And I'm curious more about how this is connected to other parts of the world, if it is at all, or if it's something, oh, I mean, it has to be. There's no reason, Kendrick wouldn't just randomly do that.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National.
The production on that is insane. It felt like a haunting victory lap. It's closer to Not Like Us thematically. Talking about people that we are not like, the people who will never be like us, and the idea that the community is not filled with enough people who are true and genuine and about the life that they live, and about building community in this way, and about loving the genre for what it is. And then that yell for mustard. It's so funny and it's so good. It makes sense. Creatively, it makes so much sense. You're signaling, hey, this is going to be another hit. This is going to be another anthem. And I'm calling you to this table because this is what we have the capacity to make and this is what we've already done. Cementing that legacy already. Not that he's anywhere near the end of his career, but the idea that we are moving to a place where we are cementing more of what we want, not only to receive from the world, but what we are putting out there so people have a deeper understanding of who we are as an artist. And from the features to the way these tracks are set up to the different genres and sounds that we're getting, it feels like he knows exactly what he's doing, but also that he's not afraid to make that choice. Being more authentic and true to that will get you further in the long run, if that's even what you're looking for, than being what anybody wants you to be. That was very soft and sexy, and I love the idea of mapping LA for the size of what it really is and not just what people say it is or have qualms with, or the idea that you are from LA if you don't really explore all of it and get to know other parts of it. It kind of fits in the same world for me as that SZA song, Luther, but also is a bit funkier. And I love the idea of having pride in where you're from and then having this lovely section that feels kind of runway-esque. The idea that we are showing ourselves off, showing off this pride. But also that it's something that you need to be authentically connected to. And I think I could expand this outside of LA and even say knowing where you are from in your hometown and actually connecting with these certain areas. The idea that a lot of culture vultureism is existing in music, in online spaces, and that it needs to be authentic. It's interesting how many ways you can deliver a similar message. Like a lot of this is just talking about the people that we don't like and the ways that they try and relate to Kendrick and what he doesn't like about that and having to experience that in his industry.
Have you ever took a fade and ran 3 more back to back? Or you haven't, then shut the fuck up and keep it right.
But I've heard so many songs that are thematically the same, but production-wise very different and also lyrically somewhat different. There's a through line throughout all of this, but the many ways in which we express how much we are not like those other people, but also sometimes the othering of ourselves, the loneliness and isolation that we are in when we don't engage with this is profound.
What?
This song feels like the musical adaptation of the things that Kendrick is talking about within it. For example, when he mentions the pedestrian things that these other rappers be doing on Instagram Live or sending threats or whatever, he's living real life. He's in that real life, but through this song you can see like the kind of pasta he eats, where he likes to go, the things he likes to do. Like it's kind of the embodiment of that social media element. It's also making me notice that there are a lot of parts of this album where Kendrick is repeating words in a fast succession. It feels very poetic, and it also contributes to how frenetic, playful, and how some parts of this project feel like an inner monologue. Things playing on a loop, things having to be reminded to people, but also the fact that this song is titled Peekaboo feels very juvenile and connects to that sense of play, but also the kind of spirit and tenacity that you have at that age that pushes you to go seek out your dreams and can be traced back to kind of Kendrick at the beginning of this career, coming up with these ideas, being authentic and true to himself, and then moving through this entire trajectory where we're now more in a legacy making era. It makes me think more deeply about songs like Reincarnation or Man at the Garden. truly humble beginnings, but also the strength and power of community, what the collaborative process looks like, and also being focused on the people immediately around you, not necessarily all the new people that are coming into your life. Also the amount of heart and passion that it takes to get to a place like this, and how many people have to be invested in you, invested in this energy, invested in manifesting and working on this with you to arrive here as well. And then turning around and paying that forward, helping someone else come to this position, but also not forgetting that the people around you still deserve to be taken care of. They deserve to have their moments. They deserve to shine as well. It is not just exclusively about you. If you made it, then me not made it. Everything I had was for the team. I remain patient. I love the chorus. It's very gentle, and I think its gentleness is contrastingly strong in comparison to all the other things that we've heard. It's a little bit more of the same thematically when it comes to talking about where we're from, talking about the nature of the music industry and how that changes artists or the way that people are consumable when it comes to that. Hi, have you ever been a joint and you know it? Have you ever had to flip your unemployment? There's also a lot of Drake references on this. I heard one of this song as well, but there have been prior ones. So we're still continuing that battle within this project. It's also interesting to have 3 features on a song like this when we're talking about this, also so close to the end, and the structure of storytelling in that, where it feels like Kendrick is giving them a platform entirely. There's something about the, not necessarily asymmetry, but the negative space within the production, what that does to vocal qualities, or what that allows us to hear more clearly when it comes to that. I've been looking at the lyrics for this entire thing, but I was like, did I even need them? I can hear everybody. I can hear everybody just fine. I could close my eyes and probably like ingest it better than I would reading the lyrics on my phone. It doesn't prepare me for what might come at the end. I feel like we've been through such a huge, well-rounded journey, but the aftermath of this feels underworld based in itself. And I don't know if I need more levity or if I need a grander finish, but I do need to fully arrive somewhere, and we're not there yet. This feels like the perfect send-off because it's so smooth and it allows us to relax more into this moment. There's a huge part of this that speaks to this immediate relationship we have, the way that it's not always positive, but that we are still steadily connected to this person or this idea. And constantly seeking to learn more through it and about it. And also having SZA on this track, when the previous SZA track on this project, Luther, was also about love and growing and enlightenment and finding this new space. So it wraps up really nicely to have this in the end. Then fall right back in love the very moment that I touch you. A moment where we continue to be contemplative about all that we've experienced and the way that we are moving through this world, but also the things that we are still yearning for and more that we have to learn in this life. As a whole, I feel like there are 2 sides to this album. There's a side where we are darker thematically, a little bit more haunting, talking about the mistreatments that we've perceived and the inauthenticity that we see in the industry and what we're going to do about it. And then there's also a side where we're looking for more growth, enlightenment, change, respecting our community, learning from our community. And I think it is the journeys between your typical rapper, possibly, and Kendrick, or where he sees those differences and similarities and how he's coming to contend with these emotions. This is a surprise for me. I didn't know I was going to listen to this, but I'm glad I did, because it has honestly opened up a level of artistry in myself. Like, I want to go songwrite right now. That's how I'm feeling. That's all I have for you today. If you made it to this point in the video, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one.